plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. That one falls to the turf. Couldn't hang on. It's incomplete.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
Now the Rams trying for the field goal. From the left hash, 54 yards out. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And the opening drive of the game ends in 3 points.
A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all his concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. And the connection not quite there yet on his opening throw of the game.
You really want those throws to be like clockwork for your offense. Every team needs to hit passes in that short to intermediate range to effectively move the ball.
2nd and 10 now. It's caught. This is Ladd McConkey. And they'll take... Give him 13 on that play. And that's a Vegas 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
The give for the first time to Rachaad White. It looks like we can call it about 4 yards in the end. Tackle made by Cameron.
Do what I should.
In a city of spectacle and grandeur, the biggest show in town right now is right here, Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas. One final month to push for the playoffs or start preparing for the future. Here we go. It's week 14. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Looking to throw right away. Throw right side, and Shakir has it. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. From the gun, a run for White. And he's going to manage a lone yard on that drive up the gut. That tackle made by Kobe Turner. They manage a single yard that time. They're going to have to solve 3rd down and 4. Throwing from the gun. Looking right, and he finds him. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
1st and 10, it's a give to White. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3. Shakir in motion right. Running on 2nd with White. And here's another stop made right at the line. Nice back-to-back reps from this defense.
So close to a big loss of yards for those guys up front. 1 second sooner, and they got him tackled behind the line. But a stop to celebrate nonetheless.
From the gun on 3rd down. Looking. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through. That's going to back them up and bring up 4th down.
It's 4th down.
The Raiders bringing out the punting unit. And this will bring a drive that had some promise to a disappointing end. And a fair catch made here at the 17. We don't get a return out of that punt. And the Rams have their work cut out for them on this drive. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Here's Williams to start the drive. And he's able to get across the 25 before stepping out. Just a little short, but still a 9-yard pickup. That's going to bring up 2nd and 1.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
On 2nd down, a run with Williams. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Gets his tight end on the corner route. And he'll get it up to the 44. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs. On the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Running right, it's Williams. He gets it forward for a gain of 3. Stopped by the unmistakable Max Crosby. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
On 2nd down, it's Williams again. And he's going to get stopped right around the 45-yard line. That play goes for 8 yards, and it keeps this drive moving. They've got to like how they've been moving it early here. It's down to the opposing 45-yard line. Going to the ground again on first. And they limit the damage just a few yards on that gain. Stopped by the unmistakable Max Crosby. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Here's 2nd and 7. Finds his back, Kyron Williams. And he's caught after a gain of about 2. Jacorian Bennett there for the tackle.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
Shotgun now on 3rd down. Complete beyond the marker. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And the Rams are going to have a 1st down.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
Williams now on 1st and 10. And they're on him after about a 2-yard gain. Stopped by the unmistakable Max Crosby. He gets a couple on 1st, and they'll come up 2nd and 8. From the 27. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And 2 yards is all he's going to get before he's caught. Kevin White hauls him down.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you could depend on.
Here they come. This is 3rd and 5. Back now, pressure on its way. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through to back them up ahead of 4th down. The decision is to take the 3. Out comes the field goal unit for this try. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that one's going to get them on the scoreboard.
I know they love that golf adage, drive for show, putt for dough, but it's awfully nice to drive for show and to have that kind of weapon in your back pocket.
And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Pass play coming here. Gets everything he has under this. That's complete inside the 35. And he will take this in. Touchdown. The Raiders pull ahead 6-3 in the 1st. Brock Bowers, the touchdown. Point after, up and good by Fairbairn. And the Raiders take a 4-point lead. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. And he just sends it over the end zone. No threat of a return at all, but now they're going to spot the ball at the 30 to begin the drive. They're out and set. 1st and 10. Throwing now off play action. That's Gesicki. He's got it. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
Escapes the pocket. On the run right, throwing deep down the side. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Well, no look on his first look of the game. And now they face second down.
Well, that was almost one of those nice chunk plays you like to see in the NFL, Kate, before he was able to recover and provide the hit and ultimately dislodge the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays down the field.
Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Stopped by one of the league's best tacklers, wk14. There's 5 on that play. They need 5 more now on third down.
A humble 5-6-yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front seven.
Third down from the gun. Throw complete to Williams. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line.
That's the end of the first quarter.
Time for the second quarter of play. It's Rams football. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. A handoff for Williams, running left. A flag's down as he stops. Looks like this one's on the offense. Well, partner, they say there's holding on every play. You just got to look for it, right? That time, though, we did not have to look too hard. And holding penalty is going to make first down twice as tough. They're 20 from the marker to start things out. Shotgun snap, they're going to throw. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Trayvon Merrick has it. And it's a pick six as he runs it in for the touchdown. Fairbairn now for the PAT. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Raiders drive their lead to 11. Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick six. And that's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else. So that football coming out to the 30-yard line. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Getting right back to it after that interception. He's on the move. And he protects himself with a slide there after a decent gain.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play. And denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on it.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the 36. Throw left side, complete. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They get 22 on that one. And it brings up an LA 1st down. Throwing from the gun here. Finds a seam down the middle. Touchdown, Los Angeles! The Rams make it a 1-score game in the 1st half. That one right down the middle. And the Rams cut the lead down to 4. We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Throwing off the play fake here. Got a man, Bowers has it. It's a gain of 12 there. And that's good for Raiders first.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
That's to his back. Here's Rachaad White. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. He picks up 15 on the play. And that's a Vegas first down. Looking for a throw here. That one's complete over the middle. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
He's got it. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes him back. Third down coming up.
A 7-yard loss brings up third down.
He'll throw it. He's got it over the middle. He's got the first down grab and still going. And he's going to be taken down a yard shy of the 25. They'll come up first and 10. They're going play action. And this will be a Las Vegas touchdown. The Raiders now lead by 10. It's a Tez Walker touchdown. Fairbairn connects on the extra point. And the Raiders drive their lead to 11. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. They'll get this drive started. First and 10. They'll motion him out of the backfield. Back to pass on first and 10. Makes the grab in bounds left side.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
To throw here on first down. Has him on the quick hitter. They'll touch him down a couple of yards away from that marker. Working quickly here. Nakua nabs this one along the sideline. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a first down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on second down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about third down at all.
Going left side, Williams with it. And he's going to be brought down after running this to the 8. Give him around 6. That's going to make it second and 4.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
After a good pickup, they've got second and 4. They stay on the ground with Williams. And he barrels across for the touchdown. The Rams make it a one-score game in the first half. Kyron Williams, the touchdown. That one splits the uprights. And the Rams cut the lead down to 4.
17.
We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 30-yard line.
First and 10 now from the 30. They'll come out throwing. That's brought in by White. Fought off a tackle, but he lost the football. Picked up by the Rams. Well, that didn't take long, Brock. One play, and they're back out there.
Well, that's how a defense can make you awfully happy as an offensive player, especially when you screw it up and you fumble. The defense picks up that offense and puts them right back on the field.
They go play action on first. Complete over the middle. This is ahead for about 5. Minka Fitzpatrick in on the stop. Back to the line they go. It's second down. From the 32. Hits his running back. Breaks the tackle. Green grass ahead. And they stop him. He's marked down along that 18-yard line. Big gain, 14 on the play. And the Rams are going to have a first down.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. And now the Raiders call for the first of their timeouts. And they are quite frustrated having to call that after giving up the first.
You know, Kate, if you notice those guys that love to feed themselves on the field, right? They love to just get more and more. They're hungry for even more. I'll tell you what, that tackle, it prevented something that's going to be a lot bigger.
And he runs it across. Touchdown. The Rams get some late points and the lead. Kyron Williams, the touchdown. That one right down the middle. And the Rams push their lead to 3. The Rams kicking team is ready, and they're going to send this one away. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Didn't make an effort to hit the landing area at all, so they're going to gift them a drive starting at the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. They're throwing it. Completed over the middle. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. 16 yards on the play. And that's good for a Raiders first. Throwing from the gun. It's caught. This is Ladd McConkey. And he's across midfield into Rams territory.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Buys time, rolling right. And for the first time, one of his throws doesn't find a home. It's incomplete, but boy, what a streak he had to begin this game. No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Trying to throw here out of the gun. He'll get this complete to White. And he tried to power it forward, but I don't think he got it.
No gain on the play. It's 4th down.
Back to throw. He finds him beyond the marker. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. A timeout taken by Vegas. That's its 2nd. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left in this half. First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. They are throwing it again. He puts some juice on it. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And the Rams make the defensive stand and come through with a turnover in the final moments of the half. Oh boy, they cleaned up the fumbling issues from the last drive, and now it's an interception that turns the ball over.
Yeah, and two very different tones and tenors on these two.
And the pressure gets home. He doesn't throw it in time. That's a safety. Some early down aggressiveness in the shadow of their own end zone there, Brock, and unfortunately, it costs them. They're going to have to punt it away following the safety.
Well, you know me. I don't ever mind aggressiveness. I think it empowers your quarterback, empowers that offensive huddle. But you also got to know, as a quarterback, if you call a pass play, you got to do your job. And doing your job means avoiding a safety in that circumstance.
First and 10, but only time left for maybe a couple of plays here. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. Connects on the crosser. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Just before halftime, we get a timeout, take it. Just before halftime, we get a timeout, take it. Only time left for one more snap, Brock, so they're going to run out their field goal unit. Ball in the left hash, the distance 53 yards. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And they've taken back the lead.
I know we see these kickers make kicks from this distance all the time, but it never ceases to be impressive. Everything's on the dot, and it's a big 3 points.
Fields the hard squib kick. He's hauled down on what is the final play of our first half. So we finished 2 quarters. A couple more to come after this short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports after this. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Heward, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our second half. Well, if you love high-scoring games, no doubt you have been glued to your television so far, and no signs of slowing down as we begin our second half. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Now he'll throw off the play fake. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Tough one to retain through that hit. So it'll be second down. This is a guy who's used to embracing contact, Brock. Usually makes catches in spite of it, but I guess it's tough for anybody to make a play every time.
Yeah, I think these tight ends today, Kate, spend as much time in the old ice bath as just about anybody. And when you don't make that catch and you take the contact, well, that stings like the first seconds in the ice.
And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. Wow, they get a big old 32 yards out of that play, as well as a new set of downs.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Throwing all the way to the end zone here. He's got it. Oh, what body control to stay in and get the 2 feet down. Extra point attempt coming up. Rush coming off the edge, and they block it! And they'll stuff out that return before it gets too far, so just a block extra points on the play. The Rams kicking team is ready, and they're going to send this one away. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out on the back of the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Complete to Shakir. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one.
Defense all over that throw. You could just smell it. They just smelled that football coming their way, and that's as good as an incompletion. And they're going to be in a good spot. Second down coming up.
2nd and 10 now. Throw right side, and Shakir has it. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32.
A whole bunch of credit goes to just about everybody on that offense. Guys up front needed to give the QB enough time to let that play develop. Excellent effort by that receiver to stay alive and for the quarterback to scan the field and find his completion.
Trying to find Brock Bowers. So that brings up 4th and long. Part of what's earned him status, Brock, is one of the league's better tight ends. Are those hands, right? His dependable hands. So shouts to the defense there because he wasn't able to hang on that time.
Kate, it's one thing for these defenders to separate a receiver from the ball, but to do so on a stud tight end, that's big time.
Backfield is empty as they motion him out right. On the move, headed right. He connects downfield on 4. And he's down. Looks like they made the stop at the 46-yard line. Forget that it was 4th down, Brock. That is an impressive 22-yard pickup, and it gets them the first. New set of downs for him from the 46. Play action on 1st down. And that's going to be knocked away. May have saved a completion there. And that brings us to the end of our 3rd quarter. Couldn't make the connection. Was looking for Lat McConkey. So that brings up 2nd down. Still sticking with the passing game. Gets this to McConkey. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They get 28 out of that play. And that's a Vegas 1st down. From the red zone now. Into the hands of Walker. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. On the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
As this play goes out of bounds, all eyes turn to that flag on the field. So a big self-inflicted error as that personal foul moves the ball forward quite a bit. White. And not a lot of room for him as he's brought down. They're 3 yards closer to the end zone. Here comes 2nd and goal.
Hey, I get it on 1st and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
They'll look to run with Williams. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
And he's in. Touchdown! The Raiders grab the lead on their first series of the half. Brock Bowers, the touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. Point after up and good by Fairbairn. And the Raiders push their lead to 3. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Drive begins with a run. It's Williams. And he gets him around 6 there. Brought down by Deron Bland. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
Another run for Williams. And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there. Trayvon Merrick there for the stop.
That offensive group really hoped he was going to get it all right there, reset it back to first down. But instead, defense, they're not going to let anything come easy. And their fight is giving them a chance to stall things out on 3rd and short.
Quickly looking left, and it's complete. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. 3 yards there and enough to move the chains. Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. Throwing off the play fake here. Flushed out of the pocket. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on first down.
Look at how well the coverage held up on that play. Even as the QB escapes the pocket and buys extra time in secondary, they got real sticky, stayed tight and forced the throw away.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. They'll try and throw it here. It is caught left side. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. That play good for 17 and a first down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
They'll throw it again. Got Williams, and it's complete. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. Minka Fitzpatrick in on the stop.
These intermediate gains, that's the wheelhouse for these two to connect on. Start the series off well. It sure keeps the defense on its toes in case they try to load up and just simply cover the receivers.
And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a third down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later for that next third down coming.
Throwing with a blitz on the way. Finds him over the middle. And they have this well into the red zone now at the 15. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset. They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. A run with Williams. And they're going to stop him after he wiggles his way forward for 2.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Handoff goes to Williams, running right. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. Got that chip shot in their back pocket to tie it. A chance at the lead here first, though. 1st and goal. QB sneak coming. And he gets it on the sneak. Touchdown! The Rams take a 4th quarter lead. Now a try to go up by 4, put it out of the range of a field goal. The point after splits the uprights. And the Rams take a 4-point lead. The Rams kicking team is ready, and they're going to send this one away. And that one is going to go out of bounds. Wow, they're going to get great field position out of this. 1st and 10 from the 41. They kick the running back in motion. Throwing from the gun here. Connection made to Shakir. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the 47. It's into the hands of White. And they make the tackle at the 38. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got 1st down.
Something out of nothing, Kate, that may as well be listed on his resume because he's so good at it. Caught that one near the line, and after that, it was all him. Turning a modest pass into far more than a modest gain.
He gets this to Michael Mayer. And he's brought down, but there's some laundry on the field. Well, he had a chance to pull up and avoid the hit, Brock, but we knew the outcome from the moment he decided not to and made contact. That flag came out. So now, following the penalty, it's 1st and goal. Running it after the penalty. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play. A dose of the hurry-up offense here.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 5-yard line.
Now they'll throw out of the gun. Forced out to his right. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find a throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up.
You hear so many programs all around the league talk about it's all about the ball. It's all about the ball. Well, discretion, a better part of valor in a lot of cases. And right there, he understood it.
And in for the touchdown. No hesitation on that throw. He got the guy he wanted right away, and he got it to him for the touchdown.
You know, it's great, Kate, to draw up plays and have all sorts of different options, but it's even better when you don't have to get to your second read. His first broke open just like they planned, and that's 6 in the end.
Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. Looking right, and he finds him. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the 1st.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Shotgun snap, they're going to throw. He gets this one in Nakua. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory.
That is a textbook 1st down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Up the gut they go with Williams. And they make the stop, we're going to say, at about the 37-yard line. They get 13 on the pickup. And it brings up an LA 1st down.
Hey, look, Kate, you can't just ask one tackler to go mano-a-mano and stop this guy. You got to have the cavalry coming. One guy makes a hit, the others are there to clean up and pile on, because one-on-one, he's going to run right through you.
Cut for big yards on the right side. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. 35 on the pickup. And that will set up 1st and goal. Straight ahead with Williams. Punches it in for the LA touchdown. The Rams take a 4th quarter lead. Kyron Williams the touchdown. His 3rd of the game on the ground. That one splits the uprights. And the Rams take a 4-point lead. The Rams kicking team is ready. And they're going to send this one away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 30-yard line.
First and 10 now from the 30. Drive starts with a carry by White. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
It was University of Wisconsin, Kate, the first time I heard this term, slow to explode through. And think how good that Badgers run game has been at the college level. Well, they made runs like that look easy. Slow to explode through.
First down, and they go right back to him. And he'll be brought down after getting to the 47-yard line. They get an even 10 on that play. And that's good for a Raiders first.
Now, don't think for a second they're going to slow down the tempo. Defense on their heels. And right now is the best chance to go push that envelope and get aggressive.
This ball's cut by Bowers. And he'll be brought down at about the 29. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
And he'll get down to the 21-yard line before he stopped. It's a gain of 8, and we have reached our 2-minute warning.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Again, this is White. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, once we saw them on a collision course with one another, we know how inertia works. The bigger man, he wins.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Looking to throw it. And he's off the mark there. Too far behind him to adjust. That brings up 4th down.
You know, these 3rd and short situations, you rep them all the time. Snap after snap, rep after rep. You're expecting man-to-man coverage in that down and distance, and you're expecting to execute. That time on 3rd and short, they can't get the job done.
3rd down pass didn't work, but the offense staying out there on 4th. Here he is to throw. That's cut beyond the marker. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown. The Raiders jump in front late. Ladd McConkey with a touchdown. And he shakes out the pressure to nail the point after, and now an opposing field goal would only tie this game. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30.
At their own 30-yard line.
They're out and set, 1st and 10. Here's Williams to start the drive. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a 1st down.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
New slated downs to approach here from the 40. He'll look to throw it. His pass caught by Nakua. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe.
The goal of running that drag route is to get it to him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. They picked up a good chunk, and there was nearly room to add even more.
Setting up to pass. Cut out left. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line. Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. That's their first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. 2 timeouts remaining and some time left to use them. It's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Taken in by Williams outright. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down.
This running back is a mismatch maker. That's how I label him on my little sheet right here. Right under his bio, this guy just creates matchup nightmares for every defender on the field.
Here he is to throw. An alert play defensively there. Got a hand on it to tip it away, and that makes it 2nd down.
Perhaps a bit late breaking towards the ball, but still just enough time to get a finger on it and knock it away.
2nd and 10 now. McLaughlin's got it, complete. And he's brought down at the 17-yard line. Timeout taken by Los Angeles. It's second. Still one more in their pocket to use.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
First down from the red zone. And that one's incomplete, but boy, are they lucky it wasn't intercepted. That was a risky shot, but fortunately, they still have 2nd down coming up.
That was it. That was their chance to escape this series. They were looking for a way out without giving up any points, and that was their ticket off the field. Unfortunately, they just couldn't quite hang on.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. They are throwing it again. This throw is caught. And they get this down to the 7-yard line. So they call a timeout. So that is their final one. And with time left for maybe 2 plays, let's see what they do. Do they chance it or do they just kick it now? Here we go, 3rd and less than a yard. Now with just 10 seconds left in our game, we've got a timeout. The Raiders go a nickel on this 3rd down. Now to throw. That could be it, folks. It's intercepted. Roquan Smith with the pick. And the Raiders will be set up at the 20-yard line following that interception. So put this in the win column for the Raiders. And it's harder and harder not to mention, Brock, the possibility of an undefeated season as they add another to their total here in the penultimate month of the campaign. And with Brock Heward and our EA Sports crew, I'm Kate Scott saying so long from this one. The Raiders winners as we bid you farewell from Las Vegas.
came in, nothing but some raps, the clothes on my back.